memorial service for the late Senator Dianne Feinstein drew mourners from near and far. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer among those making their way to California for a final farewell.
If I had to pick a one word that I would associate with her, and there are so many good adjectives, but it would be integrity. She had that internal gyroscope, what she felt was right and what she felt was wrong, and that gyroscope propelled her to do many great things.
Political allies from the past also coming to pay their respects. Retired Senator Barbara Boxer said while she and Feinstein didn't always see eye to eye on every issue, there was a shared bond of doing the best they could for the people of California.
We worked so closely together to convince our colleagues. I'm barely 5 feet. She was like, for me, she was a giant. I don't know, 5'8". I'd say to her, I'll take the short ones, you take the tall ones. We would get it done.
Members of California's current delegation also made their way from Washington, D.C. Zoe Lofgren saying the late senator's legacy will be the legislation she helped to pass.
I think especially of the assault weapons ban that saved so many thousands of lives in our country. Her work on the Violence Against Women Act that probably wouldn't have happened at the time it did without her and all of the women whose lives were saved.
Representative John Garamendi remembers working side by side with the senator to preserve and protect Lake Tahoe.
She was an extraordinary person, and to be able to work with her for 40 years, learning along the way, helping each other on issues, Tahoe and water issues of California and on, just an extraordinary woman.
Representative Mark Tassonier says she was a San Franciscan through and through.
Look at today. She chose to come back to here. She didn't lie in state in the Capitol. She laid in state here at City Hall.
Senator Feinstein started her political career inside City Hall, first as a supervisor and finally as a mayor. She appointed Jim Gonzalez to fill a vacant supervisor's seat in 1986.
And as an elected official, a policymaker, what she once said to me was, what's the number one quality of a elected leader? What do they have to have? And she goes, one word, courage.
Current San Francisco office holders also remember a national figure who still wanted to know exactly what was happening in her hometown.
I did have the opportunity to meet with the senator last December, and one of the things she asked me was what were some of the key issues here that I needed her assistance with. And so we sat for a while and talked about the fentanyl crisis on our streets, and she offered her support, her office's support, to do not only anything to help San Francisco, but nationwide.
As a tribute, the Blue Angels in town for Fleet Week flew overhead. Those attending today's memorial said no matter how far the senator went or how high she rose through the ranks of government, she always followed the details coming out of the city, a San Franciscan at heart. In San Francisco, Christian Cafton, KTVU, Fox 2 News.